Today, we're comparing the Dreame X30 Ultra against the brand new Dreame X40 Ultra. You see, the X30 is my personal mopping robot vacuum, but the X40 Ultra has 3 major improvements we're gonna talk about. But first, I wanna thank Dreame for sending me these robots. They haven't told me what to say. This is not a paid review. My opinions are my own. So let's get started. So yeah, I know, they look kind of identical. But the X30 has 8,300 pascals of suction, whereas the X40 has 12,000 pascals of suction. That is higher than any other robot vacuum on the market right now. So let's start with the pickup test. We dumped 20 grams of sand on our floor, and then we set the X30 to maximum suction, and we gave it 2 passes. And yes, the X30 picked up 100%. Of course, that's an excellent score. And no big surprise, the X40 performed the same, but it's not just the suction, it's the way the robot is designed. I'll show you that in a second. Now let's perform the exact same test on carpet. The X30 picked up 95% of the dirt. That is a very good score. So the big question is, can the X40 beat it? Let's find out. And the moment of truth, how much did it pick up? Yes, and actually that is 100%. That's pretty good. These robots are getting pretty good. Now let's talk about cleaning performance. So the X30 has a side brush and it does a pretty good job. On the X30, the brush is fixed, whereas on the X40, this extends out. So let's check it out in action and see if it's actually better at getting into corners. It can extend over 1 inch from the robot. So I sprinkled some coffee down. I put it in this corner here. Let's see how it does. And let's go back and look at the corner, and all the coffee has been swept up. But that's not all. It's also really good at getting around furniture legs. And it can lift up about 1/3 of an inch. So when you're mopping, it doesn't cross-contaminate the wet and dry areas, especially with carpet. Now, I love my fluffy cats. I've got 2, and they leave hair absolutely everywhere. And Saturn, the orange one, he attacks all robot vacuums mercilessly, and Dreame doesn't get a pass. Now, some robot vacuums with a brush roll with fibers can get kind of tangled up with pet hair, but also with longer human hair. So now Dreame has a solution to this. This is an optional TriCut brush roll. Let me show you how it works. Pretty easy to take out the rubber brush roll that it comes with. So this has got 2 rows of bristles, and then over here you've got the TriCut portion. So inside here you've got tiny little blades. Your fingers are actually protected from them. The idea is if you've got longer hair and it gets pulled over the blade, it's going to cut the hair. Kind of like that. And if you ever need to clean these, this comes apart. You can slide these brushes right out and clean them up. Let's try it on our floor. We'll also put down some fluffy cat hair. We got some 6-inch rave hair, we got some cat hair, some dog hair. Let's let it do its thing. I'm gonna let it vacuum for a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna check the roller. Let's check it out. So far it looks pretty good. That looks pretty solid to me. That looks like it did a surprisingly good job. I'm actually pretty impressed because that is a hard task to do, to detangle hair. And since we're talking about pickup, we need to talk about owning a pet and how helpful a mop is in reducing the fluffy. So just like the X30, the X40 has mop extend technology. And it basically solves the problem of how to mop next to baseboards. The mop is on an arm and it can extend out about 1.6 inches. And the robot can twist even deeper if it needs to get into a tight corner or around a chair leg. And you can see here it does get really, really close to your baseboards. And together with the side brush, it can help clean around things like your table legs and chair legs and get really close. And there's 2 ways it can keep water off your carpet. And the second one is actually really cool and I think unique to Dreame. But the first one is that the mop and side brush can lift up to about 10 millimeters. That's around 1/3 inch for low pile carpet, keeping the carpet dry. But the second one, and the way I like to set it up, is that after mopping, the robot can leave the mop pads at the base station and then go out onto the carpet and mop it without any of the water from the pads getting onto the carpet. There's more customization you can do in the app, but first I want to talk about the 3rd big difference between the X30 and the X40. The X40 has an onboard camera, and yes, you can do video calls with your pets, but my cats sometimes ignore me. But the onboard AI also works for dirt detection and can go and remop the floor
if it isn't clean. First, when the robot is mopping, it can use the RGB camera to identify heavier stains. It will automatically lift the side brush to keep it dry, and it'll slow down the mopping speed to work the dirty area a bit more. And when the robot returns to the dock, it'll analyze the dirty water to see how dirty it is, and then it can go and remop the area if necessary. And the X40 has 32 levels of wetness control versus 3 in the X30, so you can really fine-tune that level of moisture for your cleaning. One way robot manufacturers are upping their game is by using artificial intelligence, AI. The X40 uses both the RGB camera and a laser system called LiDAR to detect objects. So using the system and AI, the X40 can detect up to 80 different household objects, and every year the database is going to be expanded. I did a complete obstacle test with the X30, and it was absolutely one of the best mopping robots for obstacle detection. So we're going to run basically the same test with the X40 and see how it does.
And of course, we need to give it something to vacuum up, so a little bit of cereal, some coffee grounds, and some sand.
Coming in strong, avoiding the pet poop, avoiding the shoe, and avoiding the power cord. Excellent. That's really hard to avoid. Going around the remote, cleaning up. Ooh, hit the remote, not a big deal. Going around Barbie, cleaning up, doing some good cleaning here, and circling Barbie. Is it going to knock her over? I don't think so. I think, oh, knocked over Barbie, but I think we're still good.
Looking at the app, you can see it successfully identified all these objects, including the poop, the shoe, the Barbie, the power cord, and the remote control. And yes, it bumped into the remote control, but no harm done. The most important thing was to avoid the poop.
The X40 does have pet detection, which works great, unless Saturn decides to attack it.
Let's talk about the base station. Of course, it is designed to make everything as easy as possible. So you've got a clean water tank. You've got a dirty water tank. Your dust goes into this 3.2 liter bag, which should last you for about 2 months. And you've also got the option of adding detergent to the floor, which it comes with a Dreame detergent right here. So you can just dump that in here, and this will auto add detergent to your mop before it goes out for a mopping run. And after it returns from a cleaning session, it's going to auto clean your mop pads with 70-degree hot water. That's about 160 Fahrenheit. You can actually set it to 4 different temperature levels, and you got a scraper which is going to not only clean the mop pads here, but it's also going to clean up the base. The X40 has a ton of ways that you can customize your cleaning experience. I've actually got this on my brand new iPad Pro. I just wanted to show you, it is so cool. So right now it is drying, but you can see we have multi-floor management. I've got the cleaning history here, but I've got this set to clean multiple floors. Right now it's in the living room. I've also got a lower floor set up. And of course, you can set up no-go zones anytime that you want. You can set up custom cleaning modes, so you can vacuum and mop, or mop after vacuum. It also has something called Clean Genius, which is sort of an AI cleaning mode that'll make intelligent recommendations for cleaning your room. Now, if you like discounts, and who doesn't, I'm gonna have links down below with any applicable discounts where you can purchase the X30 and the X40, but which one should you get? I think the X30 is an excellent robot. It is my personal robot. I've been using it for quite a while, but the X40 has 3 big improvements going for it. So first off, it has 50% more suction. That is just gonna make a difference in your day-to-day cleaning, especially with fluffy cat hair floating around. It's gonna help suck that up into the robot just a little bit better. The side brush reach extend feature is actually really cool, and it did clean up the coffee in my corner extremely effectively. It has dirt detection technology and an improved AI compared to the X30. And you can now get the TriCut brush as an option available for both the X30 and X40. And there's another robot vacuum video right here you should check out.